Good evening and welcome to Cliffyland, a global cooking adventure. If you're watching on the replay, welcome. Please feel free to go to cliffyland.com to find out more about the global cooking adventure, where after cooking the food from all 193 United Nations member states, we are in in-between period. We're cooking 4 extra countries before we start the global cooking adventure all over again. With Afghanistan, but right now, tonight is our second of 4 bonus countries. Tonight we're cooking night 1 of the food of Palestine, and we're making a, hope I'm getting the pronunciation right, Maqluba, which is translates to upside down, and that is the kind of dish that this is. Hey Varun, thank you for the hello. Greetings Abdul, thank you for the like. Hey Dad, thank you. Hey, see you there. Thank you for joining us. We are simulcasting on Meerkat and, on Busker and Periscope and Busker. So let me flip the nice folks around. Hey there. Let me hook you up. Could I get the stand over here? Han? Oh, never mind, I'll get it. Okay, hold on. Never mind. We're right here. We're okay. We're okay. Everybody's okay. How did you find out about Busker? Old people from Meerkat mentioned it, and so here we are. So let me give you the flipping around. Hi there, that's me. I'm Cliff. I'm sorry about the lens flare there. But again, we are working on the food of Palestine. Hello from Dubai. Greetings. So let me get you set up over by the stove, and then we'll put you up in the sky. Okay, so move you over here. Then you can make some room. Make some room over here. And we're putting you up in the sky. First, I'll put you over the prep station. Sorry if I get a little bit nauseous here.
You need help?
No, I'm good. I'm good. First, I'll give you the rundown of what it is that we're making and the ingredients that we have. So, what we have right here is, hold on, I'm gonna make sure you don't fall down. Nice and tight. We're good, we're good. Okay, so here's what we got. We have 1.5 cups of long grain rice. Thank you. Of long grain rice. It's been soaking. Has to soak for about at least half an hour, so that's gonna sit there. We have 1 eggplant that has been sliced into 1/4-inch rounds. We have 1 minced onion. 1 minced onion right there. I have an extra thing here. I have a couple extra things in my way. We also have 1 pound of ground lamb. You can use ground beef or actually use chicken. There are varieties of it. This is one of the 2 things that you'll find out there that are sort of listed as the Palestinian national dish. We have a teaspoon of allspice and half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I need one more thing, which I didn't get out yet. So give me 1/2 second to go get it. In here, where are you? I was running kind of short on time, so I apologize. We need, oh boy, a pinch of nutmeg. I have a kernel of nutmeg, so I'll be shaving that in with a microplane in just a minute when I get to that. So what's going to happen is we're going to make the dish, get it going, and then it's going to sit on the stove for 45 minutes and then another 15 minutes, and that is not going to be on camera. And we'll come back when we're ready to go. Now, did I mention the tomato? 1 tomato in rounds, and then 2 cups of beef stock or flavored water, it says. So, that being said, let us move over to the stove. Oh yes, or good evening, hey Derek. 1/2 cup of olive oil. So we're gonna move you over the stove now. Now that we've introduced our ingredients, we have heated up our skillet. Oh, let me put you over in the middle, where you can see both burners. Okay, everybody happy? Okay. Hey there, didn't mean to ignore you. Okay, here we go. So we're heating up our 1/2 cup of olive oil in the skillet, and we're getting that nice and warm first. And we're going to start off by sauteing the eggplant rounds until they are browned. So I'm getting the plate out because that's where they're going to land after they're done. And something to flip them with. Hey, Derek's on both channels. And I have to be careful not to drink my beef stock. You prep in Palestine? Yes. You rep in Palestine? Yes. Today and Tuesday we are doing Palestine. We're doing 4 countries that are not United Nations member states. It didn't fall under 193 United Nations members around the world challenge. So after finishing Zimbabwe a few weeks ago, which was country number 193. This is just totally not standing up. I apologize for that. We did Puerto Rico, which is my people. And then last week, we did Kosovo. We did Kosovo on night 1. Palestine should be free. And so we have our eggplant round. So we're just waiting for this to get a little warmed up before moving on. We're doing this, and then on Tuesday we're going to be making another Palestinian national dish, which is going to involve flatbread and chicken and onions and such. So tune in for that. So now let us get. Now this is warm enough. We're going to, and if you see me taking pictures, the pictures are for the blog. The blog is located at cliffyland.com. Thank you for the inviting followers, and that's at cliffyland.com. For the next couple weeks, we'll continue to be doing the blogs, the text blogs of this process. And then once we start over again in September with the videos, they will be strictly in video format. And you can find everything at our YouTube channel. It will also be posted at cliffyland.com. But right now, for the next few weeks, we are still going with the text versions of the blog, hence the pictures. So we're warming this up to brown the eggplant. And I apologize, the front-facing camera doesn't give you a whole lot of resolution there, but if I can kind of shade it a little bit, you might see. Or eggplant. So again, that's half a cup of olive oil to brown the eggplant rounds. There's a million different kinds of eggplant. You may know, you may not know. In the United States, you tend to only see one kind. But there are a bunch of other kinds, especially in the Middle East. You'll find, and Asia, all parts of Asia, you'll find Chinese eggplant, and then there's short, squat ones and white ones, and all sorts of different kinds. Does not specify which, this particular recipe. So this is soaking up a lot of oil, a whole lot of oil these things soak up. So, we're going to need to be adding more oil to this as we go, because we still have these to go through. So what's going to happen is eggplant. Yes, indeed, eggplant. These are sliced into 1/4-inch rounds, and yes, I have all that done. So yes, we want to get them just slightly brown on each side, and then we move on. This is going to wind up over here in the saucepan. I apologize to the busker people. I used to be able to get higher up, but something happened to my stand, and it's not quite so happy anymore in being in this position. So I think we're kind of stuck. Let me give it the old college try here. No, she doesn't want to go. She's all droopy now. Oopsie doopsie. Sorry about that. Okay, so slightly brown on each side. Let's see if it's gotten any warmer. That really soaked up a ton of oil. It soaked up all the oil. It sure did. So I should have started earlier is the point. The heating up the pan. I'm going to have to use some more oil, but that's okay. But in any case, that's going to wind up at the bottom of this saucepan over here, and there's going to be a number of different layers, and then it's going to be upside down. This dish is spelled Maqluba, and in Palestine is pronounced, I believe, Maqluba. And it means upside down, because it's the layers of rice and eggplant and tomato and ground beef, and then it is upside down on a platter. So that is the upside down aspect of it. That's what it means. So, looking to get these a little more brown so I can move on to the next ones and pour a little more oil in there. Come on, brown up for me. How's everybody doing? Anybody have any questions here? The Kosovo dish came out quite well. You can find out all about that on our page, again, at cliffyland.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, etc. And please find our YouTube channel and subscribe. That would be super groovy. You can see a number of the videos for going back somewhere to the letter S on the Global Cooking Adventure before we launched the challenge before we launched the adventure. I still need to get my language right. So I'm going to declare these okay and move on to the next ones and heat up some more oil in here because we don't have a ton of time. Okay, here we go. Alright, so more oil. And is this still the same? Yes. Okay, hold on. Little spill. Little spill. Okay. Next, adding these in. That one should go. Not you. We don't need you. Okay, you and you. So this is going to be all flattened down in the pan once we get this going. So how was everybody's weekend? Is everybody doing okay? Had another trip up and down to Miami again. In case you're wondering where we are, we're in Jupiter, Florida. Jupiter, Florida is located in southeast Florida, about 2 hours north of Miami, about an hour north of Fort Lauderdale, about half an hour north of West Palm Beach. Hey, Charmaine, yes, so humid. You aren't even kidding. I would have wanted to, I'm a runner, I would have run today, but I didn't want to get up again at 5 in the morning like I do the nights I normally do. But honest to God, it was like, feels like 100 in Colorado today. Wow, it's humid in Colorado. Then there's no escape for me. Because I'm in Florida and this is impossible. It feels like 100. I look outside, it feels like 100, and then there's like crazy lightning. So, you know, you can't win here. In the summertime in Florida, you cannot win. You're either going to get burned by the heat or struck by lightning. So stay indoors. Stay away from the Zika. Okay, this is really soaking up the oil like nobody's business. Okay, so it's getting a little bit brown on that side, which is okay. We're not cooking it all the way through on here, we're just sort of browning it just a bit, having it soak up some oil. Okay, how are we looking? Yeah, I'm getting a little bit there. A little bit. I really shouldn't be using this. I was being careful. But if I'm using the non-stick, I really should use the rubber-ended ones. Okay, I think we're okay. Yep, that's good. Moving on. Okay. Adding some more olive oil. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, and here you go. So once we do that, we're going to saute the onions in the oil here. This is going to be 1 minced onion. So again, we have 1 sliced eggplant, sliced into 1/4-inch rounds, which we're quickly browning. And then we're putting that aside on a plate. So here's what we have so far. And we're going to flip that. Yeah, that soaks up so much oil. It just soaks up all of the oil. It's like a little sponge. Hey Derek, thank you for the like. So, again, 1 minced onion. Coming up next. Coming up next. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I say you're browned enough. Come on, be browned enough. It's just doing, it's just soaking up the oil. Craziness. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Say if I had time, I would have taken it out, the eggplant out of the fridge earlier so it wouldn't start from being such a cold temperature. But, you know, that's what happens when you're in a hurry. Okay. Yep, I think that's okay. So now that we've taken that and put that aside, I need to take pictures for the blog, excuse me. Now we're going to add some more oil in here, about 2 tablespoons worth, and then we're going to saute these onions. Until they are, I need to turn that down a little bit, until they are translucent. Eggplants are not really vegetables, they are berries. Yes. Yeah, it's really weird. There's a lot of things like that. Like bananas are not a fruit, they're a vegetable or something like that. There's a whole lot of things like that. Like palm trees are not trees, they are really a grass and not a tree. A lot of weird things like that in the world. So again, we're just sauteing these until translucent. This is 1 minced onion. I minced it as well as I could. And once those have softened a little bit, then we're going to go ahead and add in our ground lamb. We have been eating a lot of lamb over the past few whatever. Thank you for the follow, McKitty. Thank you very much. We had a lot of ground lamb left over, and off camera I made lamb burgers on Friday, which came out really well. They were stuffed with feta cheese, and it was very, very yummy. So, now that these are kind of translucent, he said, we're going to add in the ground lamb. So here we go. Boom. 1 pound of ground lamb. And we'll break you down in a minute. And then to that, we're going to add the allspice, which was 1 teaspoon of allspice, if you weren't here for the earlier explanation. And then 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And 1 second, please. Yes. And then nutmeg. And so we have a nutmeg seed, and we're going to grate that into the dish. And it's basically a pinch, so that's going to be about as much as we're going to go with. And I need to take a picture of that. Okay, here we go. And then salt and pepper. We have salt. I apologize if I didn't see your comments on Periscope. Salt, which got all over the counter. And pepper, and we will be tasting that later. Pepper. Okay. And then we're going to be cooking down the lamb. And I have this kind of on a medium heat. And we keep breaking up the ground lamb as we go. until it's cooked on all sides and everything's all incorporated together. And boy, we made a mess, didn't we? Okay, I can look up now. If anyone on Periscope has any questions, this is the part where I can be looking up and I can answer them. It's going to take a couple minutes just to cook this down, and then we'll need to be tasting this for seasoning once that's done. So again, this is the Maqluba, or Maqluba. I hope I get that right. Maqluba. Maqluba. Which means upside down, because it's going to be upside down. Now here's the thing. The skillet that I'm going to be making this in is the wrong size skillet. I'm telling you right now. It's supposed to be a 3-quart skillet, and this is a 6-quart skillet. I only have a 2-quart and a 6-quart, and this calls for a 3-quart, which is going to create a problem, because when it gets turned upside down, there's only so much volume there's supposed to be in it. It's supposed to be packed down onto it, so when it turns upside down, it goes straight down across a space about that big, but I have a space about this big, so that's going to be a little bit tricky. So what I'm going to do is, while that cooks down, I'm going to take, since I'm going to be using this skillet here, one of the things I'm going to try to do to alleviate my problem with the upside down problem, more flipping. Yes, more flipping. Oh, you've been around for this. Charmaine. You saw that, the Puerto Rican, the piñón, which the flipping, that was quite an effort. So I'm going to have this parchment paper lining this skillet, or this saucepan rather, in order to facilitate the flipping process, which is going to happen later. So this is cooking down nicely, almost there. Let me turn it up a little more. And I'm going to need to drain the excess oil off of this, and it certainly is releasing a good amount of oil. The lamp fat's coming off it. And then we're going to give it a good old taste. To taste it for seasoning levels. While it does that, I'm going to put my nutmeg back, a little bit of my nutmeg back in. Come back. Come back. Come back, Jody. Nutmeg, nutmeg. Okay. Second bowl. Okay. So this is the ground lamb in with the onion, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice, salt and pepper. And now that that is just about ready there, we're going to give it a taste to see how that's doing. Here we go. Trying not to burn my mouth. Okay, here we go. For you, my friend. Good. Yes, needs more salt. Definitely needs more salt. And then we'll taste it again. Could use some more pepper too, actually. Okay. Okay, let's see how it goes now. Washboard. Okay. One more time. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we're going to drain off the excess oil. So I'm gonna do that over the sink. Excuse me, be right back. Okay. So now we've done that. Now we're going to grease this saucepan here with olive oil. It's all going to wind up in the same place. Come on. And maybe a little more. Okay, we're listening to Palestinian rock apparently. And so now we've greased that. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a 6-quart saucepan. Should be a 3-quart. So, hold on a second. We're going to line the saucepan here. Boom. And try not to burn my hands in the process. Okay. Okay, that's going up filling out, I hope. Rocky, yes, Rocky is. Rocky only uses Rocky when he has to go in the oven because he's Rocky. Derek knows what I'm talking about. So we're gonna drain our rice. This is the 1.5 cups of rice that we had sitting here. It's cool. Yeah. Well, thank you. So let me drain off the rice here. You don't need to see me do that. Okay, and now we're going to add the, how much of the rice? Hold on, I need to measure this. So I'm going to take about 1/2 cup of this rice here. Am I right? No, first go the tomatoes. So I'm going to put the tomatoes at the bottom of this. This is 1 tomato sliced. Thank you for the hearts. Saw those out of the corner of my eye. My bad slicing job. So 1 tomato going along the bottom, thusly. And then we're going to sprinkle 1/2 cup of rice over these tomatoes. Okay. And I'm sorry if I'm not seeing any comments right now. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here. So spooning the meat mixture, okay, over the rice. Okay. And again, like I said, this should be in a narrower saucepan, not a 6-quart. So that's going to affect this whole thing. This yields 4 to 6 servings. There's only 2. Sure, it tastes good. It did taste good. I tasted it. So that's not something I do too often, which is a problem. But hey, that's a me thing. And if I could get you any closer, I would. Busker people, I apologize. I kind of destroyed my stand in a previous cook. Eggplant slices come next. So here, I'm getting our eggplant slices going down on top of that. All of them go on top, so let's lay them down. That's going to be a whole layer of eggplant. Come back. Okay. Okay, so now picture time for you. 1 moment. Okay. And then we're going to press it down. Push everything down as much as we can. Wow. Thank you. Now again, if this was in the right size saucepan, this would be, you know, smaller and taller, but it's wider and it is what it is. So now the rest of the rice goes in, which is about a whole cup of rice. Again, it's been soaking for at least half an hour in here, so in you go. If I could get you closer, I would. Here. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Almost. Want to get as much of it as I can. I waste not as much as I would otherwise. Again, with the width issue here, but it is what it is. Is it beef? No, it's lamb, but it could be ground beef. Could be ground beef or ground lamb. There are variations with chicken also. Right, so now we're going to add the stock, which is going to be 2 cups of stock. In this case, beef stock, since I don't have lamb stock. Ta-da! And we're going to bring that to a boil. And then we're going to cover it tightly and let it sit for 45 minutes. And then after 45 minutes, we're going to take it off the heat and just let it sit for 15 minutes before turning it upside down and serving it on upside down on a plate. So, and we're going to be checking towards the end to make sure there's still enough stock there for the rest of the dish. So right now we're just waiting for it to come to a boil. If anybody has any questions, this would be the time to ask them, because what I'm going to do is after I cover it, we're going to cut the stream and then come back in an hour for the unveiling. It's going to be a very brief unveiling, and that will be around 1 hour from now at about 7:45, 7:50 Eastern Daylight Time here on the East Coast of the USA. So, if there are no questions, thank you for joining us. Come back at that time. And then, again, remember to come back again on, unveiling, on Tuesday for our second dish, which is going to be another one of the Palestinian national dishes, which is going to involve chicken and onions and sumac. And it's going to be really good. So, again, go to cliffyland.com. That's cliffyland.com for all the details. And find us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, find us on Instagram, Pinterest, etc. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello. Okay. So, again, come back again in about an hour for the grand unveiling. So, till then, happy eating. Hello, and thank you for joining us, and see you in an hour. Welcome to the unveiling tonight as we are on Cliffyland Global Cooking Adventure. If you are just joining us or viewing this on replay, thank you for joining us. Please go to cliffyland.com to find out all the details about the Global Cooking Adventure. We are in our 4-week bonus country period, where after cooking all 193 United Nations member states, we're cooking the food of 4 other countries that are not United Nations member states. This is the finale of night 1 of 2 of cooking the food of Palestine. Tonight we are making a Maqluba, which is upside down. And we have been cooking it on the stove for about an hour. We are simulcasting on Busker and Periscope. And I'm going to flip the Busker people around real quick. Hey there. And I'm going to put you in our bracket here. Hold on. No, there you go. No, too far. Can you see me? Are we there? Oh no, I lost you. Let's try that again. Bad. Oh, Busker's not doing well. Oh, excuse me, people. We're having technical difficulties over here. Busker decided to be problematic. Okay. One moment, please. We'll be right with you. Part 2. This is part 2 the unveiling as it is. Okay, so we're gonna flip around, and here we go. Okay, that's me, and I'm gonna flip you around so you can see what I look like. Hey there, hi there, ho there. That's me, I'm Cliffy. This is my kitchen, and we're gonna unveil the Maqluba, which is the upside down, which is one of the national dishes of Palestine. So, busker people can wait here while I go put you up in the sky. Okay, we're gonna be here just for a moment before we move you, but I want you to see what's been cooking on the stove, and we'll get the busker people over here in just a moment. Okay, steady. Okay, hey there. Okay, you're coming back. So here's what we got. On the stove, for an hour it's been cooking. We have the parchment paper along the bottom of the saucepan to help this upside down process here. Fingers crossed it's gonna work. We have tomatoes on the bottom. Yes, we did try Turkish foods. They were delicious. And we have done Ottoman flavored dishes from all over the world. Find out all about it at cliffyland.com. Anyway, we have tomatoes at the bottom with the ground lamb meat mixture that has cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg, with some rice, and then slices of eggplant, and then the rest of the rice. And now we are going to try to turn this upside down without destroying the entire house. So here, this may make a mess. I'm a little scared. I put the parchment paper in to alleviate this process. So I'm gonna take a picture of this before the disaster. Before the disaster. No, it's gonna be fine. I'm just a little nervous, that's all. Okay. If you see me taking pictures there for the blog is located at cliffyland.com. Here we go. 1 and 2, and oh boy. Can I get a hand? Yeah. I'm just trying to be cautious here. Abundance of caution. I want to keep this together here, so. Okay. So I'm looking for help on these two other ends as we go. Over towards me, flipping up and over, and we made a mess. Let go. Scalding hot.
Paper towels?
Okay. That's kind of what I was afraid of. See, the saucepan wasn't the right size, and I knew this was going to be something of an issue. That's kind of why I put the parchment paper in. We have a cleanup job to do, but we're going to be okay. Okay, going that way. Alrighty. So, paper towels to clean up the dripping mess. So again, this is no. You can leave it in there. It's just I just want to soak it up from the counter. And so again, it's supposed to be a 3-quart saucepan, not a 6-quart saucepan. And I kind of knew that was going to be an issue in terms of the flipping it upside down part for this very reason, because that's a narrower pan. But it's supposed to be upside down like this. Yes, it does look good. Thank you. So again, that's the tomatoes and the lamb mixture with the rice at the bottom and the eggplant in the middle. Thank you. Score. So we're gonna serve that up. Let me get a picture of this before we take it apart. And we're listening to Palestinian music in case you could not tell. So let me move you to the plating station. Beep, beep, beep. You had me thinking it was really going to be a mess, but no, fabulous. Well, thank you. I'm always all scared. I'm always all scared. I've had more than my share of epic disasters. In fact, if you want to see the funniest one, go check out my Sao Tome and Principe one. Apparently people have been sharing that on YouTube too, and I just realized why. Because it involved one of the funniest moments here on the Global Cooking Adventure / Challenge. It's funny, I just realized why that one's been shared so much. Go figure. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna serve this up. And normally this would be served family style, but we're just gonna have dinner here, so. trying to get some of the eggplant in.
Yum.
The eggplant has really dissolved quite thoroughly, as one would expect.
Knives.
I don't think we'll need knives. So there is serving one, thank you. And put this down. And it's like a one-arm paper hanger here. Alright. And number 2. Let's try not to get it to splash all over the counter. Some rice. This is long grain rice that we used here. And we used the common North American eggplant as opposed to any particular Middle Eastern eggplant.
I think the recipe did say Palestinian eggplant, didn't it?
No, it did not say Palestinian eggplant.
Okay.
Though I do find a lot of dishes that say, like Chinese eggplant or whatever nationality eggplant. Because they're not all the same. So, I'm going to get a picture of those, and then it'll be time for dinner. So let me move this out of the way. Over there. And this is the one that's going to get the picture. Over here, I'll give you a close-up look. Yes, you do hear Palestinian music. Indeed, you do. That is music from Gaza, actually. And that is that. And if you hear me talking over the music, it's so the YouTube gods do not come down upon me with their copyright wrath. Hello from Syria. Good day. Hoping you are well and safe where you are. So, again, our Maqluba from Palestine. So that is it. Remember to please go to cliffyland.com. The blog will be posted on Wednesday. You can go there now and see everything that you missed from every other country in the world, where we have completed the Global Cooking Challenge, and we'll be embarking on the Round the World second spin in September. Tune in Tuesday for the other national dish of Palestine, which is going to be a chicken flavored with sumac on a flatbread. And thank you very much. And then the blog will be posted on Wednesday, and then we'll move on the following week to Taiwan. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Happy eating, and be well.